don't just have one reason why I hate Chris Jericho. No. Chris, I have 1,004 reasons why I hate Chris Jericho. Number one, Fozzy sucks. Number two, I hate those stupid light-up sparkly jackets that he wears for his entrances. Number three, I hate those crappy cruises that you make everybody go on with you. Number four, Chris, listen to this one. Chris Jericho, number four, I hate your arm bars.
Oh, how is...
There it is!
No, he didn't! No!
LA Knight, what is on your mind? What's on your mind? Because I just saw the beginning of the night, and it's a bloodline old out there, and we're the twos and the ones and the twos. And then last week, I'm seeing you making house calls to Roman Reigns' locker room. You ain't ever come to my little locker room, not once. I always got to come and find you in these little hallways.
Wait just a second. What do you think you saw?
Hold on, Adam Pearce, are you feeling oozy? Oh, God, here we go. I feel like you're feeling oozy. Since you want to rewind the clock back on the bloodline, maybe we need to go ahead and get you a little honorary ooze t-shirt. We'll walk up to the merchandise stand, we'll get you a little ooh falafa, and if you keep doing enough favors, for maybe Roman Reigns will bring you in as part of the family.
No, maybe I'm talking to Roman Reigns because he's the world champion ahead of a world championship match, which, by the way, is nobody's business but mine and the world champion. That's what was going on.
Let me just check
I don't know
something,
what you saw.
What I saw right now is I'm seeing you giving energy to me that I don't remember you ever giving to Roman Reigns. If somebody told you you could bow up to me, somebody told you the wrong story, I will pull you out of retirement just to put you back in.
LA.
Now that we got that straight, the bottom line is this. Well, it looks to me like the only person you want to be the world heavyweight champion is Roman Reigns. It ain't Jacob Fatu. It damn sure ain't me, but here's your opportunity. Tell me you want me to succeed. Make me believe.
Here's what I believe. Jacob Fatu's a liability. And you're going to believe whatever you want. But here's the bottom line. You think I'm playing favorites and I want to put the bloodline back together? No. I'm trying to keep family blood in line.
No. What's that?
Hey, how are you? Stephen A. Smith, how are you?
I've heard about him.
Yeah, I'm very famous.
You know, you're a bad luck charm.
No! I heard that you're a big New York Knicks fan. You've been very, very, very rude to Danhausen. So unfortunately, you are cursed.
Me?
You better be nice to Danhausen. Just ask Stephen A. Smith. How about them Knicks? This is for the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks. I guess you can be uncursed temporarily until I decide otherwise. Great news! The New York Knicks scored 1 trillion points or whatever it is because Danhausen uncursed them, and now they get to continue playing on in NBA jams.
You buying Danhausen lifting the curse on the Knicks, and they have been 7-0.
We did it. Danhausen has cursed the Cavaliers. The Knicks have won.
Flipping of the hex switch from upon the Knicks to upon the Cavs put them on a generational run.
Best news of all humans.
For the first time since 1999, we can say the Knicks are going to the NBA Finals.
And now it is owed courtside seats. Yes, that's right. And then the curse will continue.
In 3, 2, 1, clap.
Huh?
Benoit balls.
I still think Kevin Sullivan did it.
I'm Aubrey Edwards. I'm not a wrestler.
Tony's quick sniffs of the week.
No, just my dickhead friends causing concussions and shit. All right, never mind.
There's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
With Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle. I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Uncle. Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. I'm scared.
It was the first name.
Welcome to the Top of Wrestling with your hosts ODM and the Professor.
Good Wrestling Day! Welcome back to the Top of Wrestling Podcast. Welcome on back to the Top of Wrestling Podcast. I am the Professor. He is ODM. We're here on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the X. Let me ask y'all, who's excited from what you saw this past weekend? Nope, not talking about house show in Italy. I'm talking about the Noches de los Grandes show that garnered more people than most wrestling does these days. Can't wait to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got news, we got results, we got bringing to the table. We're reliving the Monday Night Wars 30 years later, 30 years and 7 months later, heading towards Survivor Series, which is always, that's my favorite Survivor Series, I think. Second to third favorite Survivor Series of all time. And this week, we're going to be talking in our top topic about premature wrestling deaths. It's funny because we don't change our doc properly. It should say top topic. It says TV show of the week, premature wrestling deaths. I think that'd actually be a really good fucking show. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, ODM.
Ew. You know, it's funny you're talking about Survivor Series 97. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day.
I was not talking about Survivor Series 97.
What did I say? 95, I meant.
95. Okay.
Yes. I was just talking to somebody about that.
I'll give them to you right now, in order. The very best one for me is 1995, for a lot of reasons. Second is 1989, and third is 1996 for me.
Oh, there you go. That's a good collection right there.
Thank you.
Was 89 the year where they did the face-heel matchups, like they mixed the teams up?
That's 95, man. That's 95
okay.
is what you're about to see where they're going to mix them up.
Match. I thought they did more in another one.
No. 89 is the year that was Hogan, Jake Roberts, and Demolition versus $1 Million Man, Zeus, and Powers of Pain.
Oh,
and
Jesus
then you
Christ.
had the Heenan family, where Bobby the Brain Heenan actually got in the match against Warrior, Rockers, and Jim Neidhart.
That I remember, yes, okay.
Savage and Dusty were keeping their feud going with their respective teams. I just like that era. It's a stellar lineup of wrestlers. It's one of my favorite ones. And it was my very first pay-per-view, so it's a soft spot.
Oh, there you go.
You know, like on the top of a baby's head.
Jesus. Wrestling?
I didn't say it. Why not? Hey. To the millions and millions. Not really.
And thousands. Why have millions when you can have thousands?
Why have thousands when we guarantee have hundreds? Or 20s. Anyway, look it, man. We hit a very, very big milestone with this show and downloads. You know, for a 6-year show, I did the math.
Okay.
And with how many episodes we've had, how many seasons, man, hitting 10,000 is pretty fucking cool. We're happy with that. You know what I mean? It's like, we're not in it for the money, clearly. But but I will say, hey, it's cool. It sounds like people are out there listening, and you guys dig us, and it makes us think about before we stub one toe and move on to the other. Maybe we need to combine toes and have a foot.
Yeah, let's not stick with foot. We'll put a pin in that one.
It's funny because we keep dropping these hints weekly, and I don't think anybody technically understands what the other toe is going to be. But anyway, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Just to give you an official number, I'm looking right now. It's 10,327 downloads.
I'll take it.
For
10,000 episodes, that's not bad. No, wait. I'm going to be up front. Hang on. Wait. For just a touch over 300 episodes, I'll take it. Maybe.
Yeah, let's
need to do the math like that.
And
let's not do on the great math.
I am pretty sure that that doesn't include YouTube numbers. That's an average of 34 downloads per episode.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that, too.
I didn't know we had that many. We always were like, hey, for the 7 people out there
Well,
listening.
you're not. It's like 15 It's like anywhere from 10 to 15 per episode. I don't know how that... Some people must binge... You know what? People really love that Benoit one.
I know. I can't stop listening to it. Anyway, I'm gonna see my baby tonight. Sorry, I saw the word tonight and I just got excited. Anyway, tonight, man, go Knickshausen.
Fuck yeah.
New York Knicks against the San Antonio Spurs. This is a rematch of 1999.
It is.
If they sweep, I'm just saying, Danhausen is going to be one of the most famous people outside of wrestling, from wrestling.
If
in a
they
long
sweep,
time.
I am going to make my own shirt. It's going to be a Knicks championship shirt with Danhausen's face on it.
You don't have to. They're going to be selling it somewhere. I can fucking
I'll buy
promise
it.
you. The Knicks are doing it. ESPN, WWE. He's going to be coming out in a Knicks jersey wrestling for the rest of his life if this happens.
That would be awesome.
But dude, I'm hoping him arguing with Stephen A. Smith was already great enough as it was. But then with the uncursing and fucking 11-0 streak, and you got the Spurs, I'm all for that. I know you said wrestling, but we should really try to do it now. Former wrestler Curtis Axel, Joe Hennig. He was arrested for. It's funny because the first time I read it, it was a hit and run of damaging property, and it turned out to be a DWI when they caught up with him. Then I read into the story even more. The destruction of property was he was drunk at McDonald's and in the drive-thru hit reverse, hit the car behind him, said, "Fuck, I'm drunk," and took off. They got the license plate. They had him like an hour later.
I mean, come on. We've all been in that situation before, right?
No, it was
right?
Arby's for me, but, it's...
So
Actually, no, it was...
Jack's?
No, fucking McDonald's is what fell off the seat that night. God damn it. I'll never fucking forget it. Anyway, and it's called a third-degree DUI. I've only heard just, like, aggravated DWI when you're, like, extremely drunk or something like that, but third degree must be when you hit something or someone at a McDonald's parking lot. The guy you hit was middle going, "Goddamn motherfucking cheeseburger with motherfucking cheese, motherfucker!"
Okay.
That was Wendy's, wasn't it? For Cornette? I think that was a Wendy's drive-thru.
Yes. The story was a Wednesday. No, it wasn't a Wendy's. You know what? I actually don't know. He likes Wendy's. But I don't think it was a Wendy's.
I can't remember what he argued with.
Yeah,
it wasn't McDonald's.
It was Jericho that was recording, too, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Goddamn cheeseburger, motherfucker! I wish. Oh, God. To be in the car, you would have just heard me giggling in the background with a high-pitched shit, and you wouldn't have been able to even hear Cornette anymore. Yo, if I got in a fight, and I called you at 1 a.m. and was like, "Bro, I need $1,000 bail," what are you saying?
Get comfortable. I'll see you in a couple years.
Do not drop thy soap.
Yeah.
Gunther paid Ludwig Kaiser's $1,000 bond to get him out of jail after the altercation that happened. Get you a friend like Gunther. Hey,
well,
Walter,
get you
big
a
fucking
friend
issue
that,
over here.
Get you a friend that gets paid like Gunther.
What? I'm sorry. Do you think if
we
I
made
had
that
borrowed
much
$1,000,
money,
I wasn't handing it back to you?
Yeah, if we.
It might take 3 or 4 years, but I'll get something to you.
Plus, I have to charge a VIG, though.
Just saying. Good for him. Good friend.
Absolutely.
Unlike, a father and son duo. While we finished off the one side of the wars, we got to see a lot of David Flair back in the day. And nowadays, David's a little bigger than he used to be. David Flair. A little heftier. Anyway, Hefty Dave Flair and his wife have a new recycling business. And it's like, the name that they used was like, recycling with a flair or some shit like that. Ric Flair was like, well, apparently Ludwig Kaiser is pretty fucking popular. My claim sucked a dick. You know what? I'm going to sue my son possibly for using his own last name. Now, I don't even know. Is Flair really Ric Flair's last name? I actually fucking don't know, to be honest with you.
It's Fleer. It's like Flehr.
Okay, so fine. Now, it's okay if you want to say that he's doing it off of the family name or however you want to fucking call it, but what if I called this with a Flair with podcast? You can't come at me because I thought I liked the writing of your name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid that he's like, I'll sue you if you guys use that name for recycling biz. A, it's your son. B, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ, like, stop it there. But I don't know, man. Like, just I feel like Ric Flair is getting bored. Him and Bret Hart are going to have a great bitter nursing home set up together.
It'll be a rematch from that title match, and what was it, like...
Saskatchewan.
What's that?
Saskatchewan.
Yep, there you go.
Just...
Don't want to watch that one, though.
No. And it's funny because for what happened Saturday night, we came close. We talked about doing a recording, but I'm like, yo, your show doesn't start till 10 o'clock. Granted, it's 7 o'clock in Mexico, but fuck. Sorry, It's 10 o'clock over here. I'm already, tired. The King of the Ring brackets were revealed and then changed. There were people who were in it, and then all of a sudden now Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre are part of it. And it's funny because they revealed these brackets, and in blue, it had Finn Balor. And it took all the way till Raw for them to be like, and Finn Balor is being traded to SmackDown. Yeah, we got that.
We kind of figured that part out.
We saw that. Got to be honest, I'm not happy with the brackets. There's two people I see that could or should win. Is Trick Williams. You want to give him a good push? Fine. The other is Finn Balor. Outside of that, to be honest with you, it's dog shit. I don't give a fuck.
They're probably going to put it on Oba.
Which gives you a world title match at SummerSlam. So was he facing Roman Reigns? Because right now it's looking like we're going to get Roman and Seth Rollins. Seth is going to win the King of the Ring. That's what it is.
There you go.
Seth.
Because I figured Oba's going to rematch Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Which, I got to say, Bully Ray had the best idea. You want to end this feud? It's last beast standing. Make it a last beast standing match at SummerSlam. I'm like, I can take that. I think that's good. Someone needs to hire Bully Ray somewhere. He's got a good mind for booking. I really do think he does. Every time I hear his ideas, I'm like, yeah, that would work. No, they're not doing that. Awesome.
It wouldn't work in a company like TKO, unfortunately.
As seen on Raw, even Maxine Dupree is now being questioned by American Alpha. Is that no? What are the Alpha Academy? I'm sorry, Alpha Academy. Otis and Tozawa. Seen you've been sucking the dick of the Vision over there. And she said, mind your biz, okay? Basically, in so many words. To be honest with you, she also had a moment where she went to Adam Pearce and was like, why am I, a former Intercontinental Champion, not a part of this Queen of the Ring tournament? You're taking opportunities away from me and blah, 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 blah. Great way to fit into the Vision.
Yeah, and we've been seeing this for a while. She's already been talking to Logan Paul and JD McDonough in the background of segments. We've seen this one coming. If they're going to do something with her, turn her heel and have her join the Vision, I'd almost really want her to take somebody out so she takes their spot.
In the Vision?
No, for the tournament. Since she's not in the tournament.
Okay, I could be okay with that.
Have her take somebody out and be like, well, it looks like she can't go. I'll take her place. Perfect heel move,
It's funny to me because, we'll get there in a couple minutes when we get to injuries. It was said recently, and I think I know who the person is that let it go because he's the one that did a most recent interview, which is Lars Sullivan. He said that in 2020, there was a discussion of forming a new NWO during the pandemic. And it was going to be Lars Sullivan, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah,
No. I can't even say. I literally sat there for 10 minutes purposely thinking about this. There's no way it ever would have even worked. It would have been dumb. NWO was outsiders coming from another company to begin with, but also recruiting other people in your company to go against the company that you work for. What the fuck? None of these were strong enough to be your Hogan, Nash, or Hall. Sheamus? Yeah. No. Cesaro? Good shit? No. Nakamura? Can't speak English that great. Lars Sullivan? I don't know, until his first racist fucking pipe bomb that he would have dropped.
Boom.
Oh, no, homophobic, whatever it was that he did. Eric Bischoff replied, when it comes to NWO rights, Nash, X-Pac, Bischoff, they're in the know. He said none of this was ever said or discussed. He said this is fucking bullshit. And I'm with Bischoff on it. There's no goddamn way. Those four people, Lars Sullivan, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, even at that point in 2020, Sheamus and Cesaro have already split from each other. You're just going to bring them back together and form NWO out of no reason whatsoever for the Thunderdome?
And basically, it was more just of a League of Nations again. It's like, here's a bunch of people that are different.
It was.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, 100%. A good call. Good for you. Contract news. Mike Santana's TNA contract, he's your world champion. It's set to end at the end of July, and there's obvious interest from WWE. Would not be shocked he's in NXT right away. I mean, he with being in TNA, he already has that NXT feel under his belt. They need solid players in NXT right now. I'd say if I was Mike Santana, go there for a year and some change. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Obafemi was in there for almost 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So I say Santana, if you're feeling good and you got a good, healthy career going, get some shit going in NXT and make your way up to WWE.
Absolutely.
Now, for the opposite, Enzo Amore is expected in NXT. I think you should stay there permanently. No. Look at, you can't deny it's a Danhausen. He's over. It's a character. I mean, look at this Jersey, big talking 4'8" dickhead. He's over because of his shtick. You know what I mean? Because he says the word soft and spells it wrong. Right now, there's no plans of Big Bill returning, but they're going to have Enzo at least probably to begin with. Big Bill still, I think he's in contract at the end of June, if I'm not mistaken. I thought it was May, maybe June.
Yeah, and he might have some time tacked on. Who knows? One thing that I do love about Enzo, I loved this shtick when it first came out. I like his finisher, Eat Defeat.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that finisher. I work that in.
I'll remember. 2K, I'm going to say right now, I remember the very first match I ever watched of his was the night that Sami Zayn won the title. Kevin Owens made his debut, and Enzo was in a hair versus hair match against, I can't remember who. And I remember just the vibe the crowd had with Enzo. I go, who the fuck is this guy? Holy shit, he's over. And again, didn't even need a microphone. The crowd was saying everything he needed to. So I was like, oh, all right, I'm in. So I wanted to get behind him. And look at, to be honest with you, there was a bullshit allegation that kind of fucked him over. Like, Velveteen Dreams was a real fucking allegation. Marty Scurll definitely tried to diddle a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Enzo's shit was dropped because they found out the girl was lying.
Yeah, he got Kobe.
He deserves, he deserves a second chance. I really do believe it. I mean, it's not like I'm the biggest Enzo fan, but I do feel like he got fired pretty quick with it was like a fire first, ask questions later.
Yeah, well.
With Uncle Dave's claims of the week. Duh. I was kind of close, to be honest with you, on what his match ratings were going to be for Double or Nothing. I'll go lowest to highest. 4.5 stars was given to Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay, as well as Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. Now, I thought Joe and Ospreay was a touch better than the next two matches that got 4.75 or 4 3/4. However, to each man's own, right? I've never really agreed with Dave's fucking ratings. But what got 4.75 or 4 3/4 was Bandito versus Swerve, MJF versus Darby, and the Stadium Stampede. Now, I definitely feel Joe and Will was better than the Stadium Stampede. You didn't even watch the pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. You already know Will and Samoa Joe put on a better match than the Stadium Stampede.
I'm pretty safe on making that assessment without watching it, yeah.
There you go. 2 matches got 5 stars. The first one to me is a touch questionable. The second one I am absolutely okay giving it to. But it did give Adam Copeland, Edge, his one and only 5-star match ever. Him and Christian Cage defeating FTR for the tag team titles. It was a good match. I told you. I said the opening match, the tag match, pulled me in, and it was shockingly Edge and Christian winning the tag titles 25 years later. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, I was shocked.
There's matches on this pay-per-view that I definitely am planning on watching. Also, some earlier matches from the year that I want to watch. I just want to be prepared for match of the year because we're halfway through the year. We've got some heavy hitters already, and I want to make sure I watch
100%, especially
AEW
Saturday night.
Yeah,
no, not AEW, AAA.
Okay.
And then Okada and Takeshita got 5 stars. That one, I did think Okada Takeshita had 5 stars, but I really thought Joe and Will rivaled it. But those were the first 2 matches of the show.
Right.
FTR, Edge Christian, Takeshita, and Okada. And it was at that point I texted you and Will John. I go, yep, I got my money's worth, guys. I'm in. Like these 2 first fucking matches just pulled me in. I'm happy. I don't give a fuck what results happen. The show's good.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say I said the same thing on Sunday. But on Dynamite last week, after Edge and Christian win their first fucking tag titles in AEW in 25 years, Edge says, and we're doing, for the first time, a 5-second pose. Christian goes, yeah, I don't want to do that. But Edge pulls out a garbage bag with disposable cameras. And I go, oh, Jesus Christ, because it's the benefit with flash photography, not just a goddamn flashlight. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I was like, oh. And they started passing them out to everybody. And they go to do it. And Clark Connors and David Finlay jump them and beat the fuck out of them, the dogs. And then they start doing their own little pose in the ring.
Sweet.
Heelish move. It was great. But you also just took away something I've been waiting 25 years to see.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool.
the benefit of those with flash photography.
Yeah. Brody King defeated Claudio Castagnoli, and Mark Davis defeated Jack Perry. Both are moving on in the Owen Cup. So now, your final 4 for the men are Swerve Strickland against Brody King and Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis. If you don't remember, Ospreay and Davis were in the United Empire together.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? Davis was Aussie Open with Kyle Felcher.
Felcher, yep.
So they've been, around forever. And the people that took out Ospreay was a part of that Don Callis family. Swerve and Brody King is just going to be a goddamn beatdown. But I do think that the finals, which would be done at the next pay-per-view, I assume, it's looking like Redemption, which is July 26th, the same day is TNA doing Slammiversary. I think it's going to be Swerve Ospreay 3. They had a match on Dynamite. They had one at Forbidden Door, and then this one.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's the marquee matchup. It's 2 of your biggest stars. Why wouldn't you just do it and, pull off the trilogy? You know what I mean?
Something I'm not happy with. You shouldn't have put MJF's hair on the line if you were going to have him win the title just to drop it. There's a lot of conversations about Kenny Omega defeating MJF, and it's going to be Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega 3 at All In.
Hey,
why would you put the title on MJF to have him drop it 1 month later? My opinion, let MJF face Will Ospreay. It's a total heel versus the crowd being behind him in Wembley. I get you want to have your dream matchup, but you're going to fucking just pigeonhole it in just for no reason, or shoehorn it in for no reason.
Here's the thing. That's actually a really good take because Ospreay has switched to a more submission style wrestling. You can't do the bumps. MJF was never a big spot guy. Dude, you could make this fucking a submission classic.
Tremendous match.
Mat wrestling.
But not with Kenny.
Not with Kenny, no. Absolutely not.
So that's why I say I think don't let Kenny defeat it. It looks like that's what they're trying to do. Let's not just shoehorn in Ospreay Omega because we want it at that show. If that's what you're going to do, then you have to go heel versus heel, Swerve faces MJF for the title. If you really want Omega and Ospreay. Because if you take the title off MJF right now, I feel like you're killing some momentum. Right now, you really did a good job at Double or Nothing. WWE followed up a week later with a weak-ass fucking pay-per-view. You have momentum. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, he will.
I know, but Kevin Knight turned on his partner, Speedball, who was wearing, I could only assume, his mom's very tan blazer. Did you see this thing? How it was like tied and tucked? It was weird.
Oh, no, I
like
did.
It
It was like a matching pantsuit almost.
Yeah.
I've never liked Speedball. Never liked him.
It looked like the episode of The Office. Oh, my God, he's wearing a women's suit.
Yeah. It says Mysterious.
And it's true because the buttons are on the other side. Look, it's got the shoulder pads and everything. I love when Phyllis comes by and touches the shoulder pads.
Daryl takes a picture of him. He's got
to send this to Roy.
I got to send this to Roy. He needs it. And then he sees Michael's paycheck, and then he takes a picture of that too later in the episode.
Oh, Mike, you make barely more than me.
Plus perks.
I still think one of my favorite ones. Hey, you dummy. Start over.
Start over. Excuse me.
Here's a throwback for you. It bothered me when Kota Ibushi did it. Hikaru Shida had a street fight with Chris Statlander, and she ran over Statlander's arm on a bicycle.
Bicycle. Want to ride my bicycle.
I told you the story about that song with my wife.
Oh, yeah. On the show.
Chord changes are not good, or key changes are not good for someone on edibles.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe gets in MJF's face, is like, I want a championship match against you. Because he did defeat MJF before he went away. And MJF said, if I faced you, this company would go under tomorrow. And then Roosh came out, and Roosh is set to have a title match against MJF.
Great.
I believe on Dynamite tonight.
Didn't even know Roosh was still there.
Same. He usually does a lot of Ring of Honor. Tommaso Ciampa on Collision stole the week for AEW. He took out Jericho after Jericho beat Ricochet on Dynamite. And then stood over Jericho, doing Jericho's pose. Kind of like the Hulk Hogan pose where you bring your arms together and flex. How Jericho used to do that as Lionheart.
Yep.
Stood right over him doing that. And came out on Collision. And it's funny because back in the day, Jericho could actually print something out with the way the printers used to do this. My money says they had to, my money says they had to tape all this fucking paperwork together because you can't print the way they used to.
Yeah.
With the perforated lines.
Yep.
Tommaso Ciampa had a list of 1,004 reasons he hates Chris Jericho. 1, Fozzy sucks.
Yeah.
And number 4, I hate your arm bars.
I'm not going to lie. I was kind of hoping he would just arm bar.
It agreed. But either way, good throwback. I liked it. It was, hey, Johnny Gargano's laying on goddamn fucking luggage.
Equipment
each
cases,
week.
yeah.
Ciampa's doing something. He was a champion. He's been in multiple matches. He was in a world title match that was pretty good. He's feuding with Jericho. You can't say Ciampa's not having a better time in AEW than he was in WWE. NXT, different story, but WWE, Jesus Christ, I can't remember anything he did other than a match or two with Gargano against like Motor City Machine Guns, maybe.
The invasion at Survivor Series, probably the only highlight. And he might not have even been there. He might have been injured at that time.
No, I actually think he was a part of that. No, yeah, I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But yes, you're right. My point is like he's already peaked in AEW more than he had in WWE. 100%. I'm not saying it's a peak, but I'm saying he's already above it. On SmackDown, Trick Williams slapped the living bejesus out of Ricky Saints, which was great. Best part of the night. Outside of R-Truth standing with Damian Priest, and he goes, "Yo, Debo's coming, hide your chains." And then Royce Keys walks into the fucking frame, and I was like, "Oh, that's an excellent reference. Good for you."
That's my bike, punk.
Debo. I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
That was my grandma gave me that chain.
My grandma. So on Saturday night at that's weird. Just in the middle of reading this, and all of a sudden everything's like, "Would you like to reload?" No, not necessarily.
Not if it's Metallica's Reload.
That was a good album. Nah. No. So on Saturday night on YouTube, it was AAA Noches de los Grandes. A 3, maybe 4 match card. I think it was 4 matches at best. And I was like, oh, man, it starts at 10 o'clock. It's too late. But I did say, I'm like, man, we should record for this. We talked about it, I think, on the show. But 10 o'clock, the main event didn't start till 11:30. I don't know what you were doing Saturday night, but I'm pretty sure it would have been a pretty semi-close to incoherent show. For you, not me. I'd have been fine. But the first hour was the 3 matches. Rey Fenix wins the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. And in that, the War Raiders won the AAA Tag Team titles. And the team that they were facing, and I'm not going to remember them right now, 100% their names, but they broke up in the ring right after.
It was Psycho Clown and I don't remember.
And Psycho Clown had white face. And then he ripped it off, and it was like a bloody-looking face when he was pissed off. I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I haven't paid attention enough to AAA, but character-wise, I'm actually feeling more invested. I feel like I want to go back in time when it was about characters, not just about everybody could just wrestle. Yeah. I miss characters, and AAA brings that to you. And you felt it no more than in the main event.
Can I stop you right there? Can I stop you? Because I ended up watching this. I believe it was Sunday night.
And I texted you and Lil Jon at like 6:30 or 7 in the morning. I was like, boys, whatever you do, just skip to. I even gave you the timestamp. I think I fucking put it in. I was like, just hit play and you're fine.
The best part is when I pulled it up on YouTube, it went right to it.
Then I did the timestamp right. Good job.
Yeah. So, dude, I was sold before it got to the actual match. Just the lead up alone, just the build up was fantastic. I was like already sucked in. It went long. The lead up, like the promo package and everything, went long.
Now I gotta say though, that promo package, I love the beginning. It was like rivalries, and it showed Austin Rock, Taker, Kane, Hogan, Andre, all this shit. But my favorite part of that promo package, it was all in Spanish.
Well, they kept...
And the hang on, wait. And the subtitles were in English. And it kind of had a cartoon effect look, like a comic book. Yep. Until it started talking about Chad Gable.
They switched it.
And it switched. The subtitles were English.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, were Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
While it was in English speaking. But my favorite part, because we haven't been watching this, and they go, Senor El Grande Americano. And it shows Chad, and he just goes, Hola.
Hola.
I laughed so fucking hard at the Hola. I was like, that's the best. Done. This is perfect. Yeah. Like, that was great.
Taker is obviously killing it in AAA. This is the most unexpected feud. This was not the plan from the get-go. Chad Gable got injured, and we ended up with this. But at the end of the day, I messaged you, and you replied with something that I think sums up this entire match, because none of us had AAA match between Kaiser and Chad Gable on our bingo card. But you texted back, you go, it's good for wrestling. And you fucking nailed it, man.
I actually, hang on, and not to say I said it was magnificent for wrestling, because this, dude, when Kaiser came to the ring, the crowd lost their goddamn shit. And when he would interact with the crowd near them, he might as well have been full-blown Mexican, man.
He kissed the one kid on the fucking forehead.
On the forehead. Oh, my God. That one kid was a plant where Chad Gable fucked with him with the mask.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I liked. I liked Chad's doing his little dance in a square around the ring. Like, I swear to God, I didn't skip one thing. This was such a good fucking thing. The entrances for that, the intros. I mean, you could feel it in the arena. Every move, everything meant something. Even stupid botches where the one botch where Gable lifted up Kaiser on the steps on the outside to do what looked like an angle slam, and it kind of fucked up. Kaiser grabbed Gable's arm to make it look like he arm dragged him down. They almost fixed it in the air.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
And I was like, oh, that was nice. The chick that had to be fired from the company for the match to happen, right? It was all this shit. The blind comedian that, again, a lot of the shit we haven't been paying attention to. We don't watch AAA on the reg right now. Now I'm almost like, fuck, I think I have to. Like, I'm quitting WWE to watch AAA at this moment.
For real.
My favorite part of that blind guy was he hits Gable in the head multiple times with his walking cane. And then he's talking shit. And Kaiser and Gable are now up on the apron at the ring, and that guy is still yelling and talking shit really loud, and someone whispers to him something, and he just, like, literally, I watch him simmer. They're like, yeah, he's not even nearby anymore, man.
They're gone.
So that was great. If you watched the promo package, you saw, and I'm not going to get her name right, his or her, whatever the fuck, I'm not being whatever, Pimpinado, whatever the fuck it is.
Pimpy, I think they just call them a
Pimpy,
lot.
Okay? Pimpy. You saw, do it for Mexico, as they were on the stretcher, right? That was a part of that promo package. First of all, I love that every goddamn guitar busts with a bag of cocaine in the inside of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like flour. like there was 3 of them, and every one of them busted open with just pure dust.
Just dumped a fucking bottle of baby powder in there before using it.
But when Pimpy took the mask off, the pop
was huge. The camera shaked.
It did, and I was like, wow. And there were multiple moments they actually got the crowd where they're like, uno, dos, oh! The actual ending was the chef's kiss. Well, no, the chef's kiss was Kaiser selling. He was selling at the hotel afterwards. Good for him.
Yeah.
Unless he's really hurt. But the ending, holding Gable up and then running the ropes a couple of times before giving that solid headbutt to the chest. It was so... it was unbelievable. The other part that I loved the most was Chad Gable, when he does finally remove his mask and admits it's him. It's funny because I sent you guys a YouTube link, and the fucking first comment says, I can't believe it was Gable. I'm like, you cunt.
Yeah. So, hopefully they were just being sarcastic and not idiot. You know?
But I was all right with it. However, anytime someone ever gets unmasked, they go, my name is this. This is who I am. This is what I've done. Gable treated it straight kayfabe, like no one had a clue in Mexico who Chad Gable was. I was an Olympic wrestler. I was born this and blah, 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 all this shit. And I go, wow, this is... that was a chef's kiss right there, too. Like, I was like, that was the icing on the cake, man.
Meanwhile, he is gushing blood.
Oh, my God, yeah. At first, I was like, who's this little kid on the fucking apron here? And I was like, oh, his family. All right.
Yeah, dude. This is there's a lot. So there's a few things I want to bring up. The meme of Taker as Scorsese.
Yeah.
Cinema. Outstanding. I want to bring up the fact that for years I have been saying, as much as people don't like Corey Graves on commentary, I love him on commentary.
Oh, he was so good on this.
Yeah, it was absolutely
He
fantastic.
interpreted a lot of shit, too. He's like, just in case you don't know what that means, I was like, good, because I thought it meant asshole.
Smart,
and I was
though. That's what you want. That's what you want.
I learned Spanish through Corey Graves on Saturday night, for real.
This is how good this match was. I saw 2 tweets from 2 people that you would never think would align on something. One was from Meltzer, and one was from the great Brian Last on Cornette's podcast. Both of them said, whatever you're doing, stop and go watch this match. It was absolutely fantastic. I think Brian Last said it's the best WWE match I've ever seen, or maybe not ever seen, but like definitely this year or recently or whatever. And I was like,
I said to you, best thing I've seen since Cody Roman 2 at WrestleMania 40, because it had so much
build up in the
run-ins, everything.
Yep.
This happened. Oh, plus the Creed brothers and Dunn and Bate being a part of it.
Yep.
And I read just before hopping on recording with you, the producer of this match, Pete Dunne.
No shit. Here's the thing.
So that dude just got himself a fucking job doing promoting or booking moving forward.
The thing is, the wrestling itself was basic. They did a go home through a table. There was a lot of punches. There was the blood. It was the feel. It felt like a big fight. They sold it. Gable was in control most of the beginning of the match. Then fucking Kaiser fought back, and it went back and forth and back and forth. And Kaiser selling the leg after the ankle lock.
The entire match.
God damn, this match was so good.
All the way to the very end. And then again, I see him get out of a car at the hotel, and he's signing things for fans and still limping on his leg. That's why I was like, I can't tell if he really got hurt or not, but if he's still selling, that's my dude. Thank you. I haven't seen that in a very long time.
No,
that's a Bret Hart sell to me, man.
Exactly. You never see it.
Now, one thing I will say is, I was like, Kaiser's blading right here. Because there was a couple of times where he was behind a table, and I was like, oh, he's got to be blading.
Was it at the steps?
And he didn't. One was behind the... no, that was Gable. But Kaiser was at the ring bell area, and then behind the announcer's desk.
When he was throwing the chair at him.
Yes. And he was there, and I go, what the fuck? There's no blood. What is he doing? What was he doing down there the whole time? Gable then starts giving him some real hard right hand punches. I think he busted Ludwig open
the hard way. Yeah, I think you're right. I think
because the only thing Ludwig had was hair coming out of the top like a peacock at the end.
Yeah, and they kept working the cuts throughout the match.
Yes. Gable was fucked. At the end, that was dripping into his eyes. It was making my eyes sting watching it.
Wiping his face while he's telling everybody about him. Like, can somebody get this motherfucker a towel?
One towel. They don't believe that in Mexico. That's pussy American shit. You bleed that shit out.
You bleed, son.
I don't know where the goddamn announce team was located for JBL and Corey Graves and Rey Mysterio. It wasn't at ringside, but if you go back, when Gable's about to take his mask off, you hear Mysterio go, "This is big in Mexico."
Yeah.
It sounded like a voiceover, not a commentary.
Right.
Like a voiceover that was done backstage. I really feel like the announcers were backstage for the show. I really do.
Right.
There was not any static or a crowd or anything. All of a sudden he goes, "This is big in Mexico." I was like...
He sold it. His voice was too low. He needed to enunciate more. He wasn't very good on commentary.
The other thing I noticed is every video. So Gable's coming to the ring. Right before that video ends, it freezes, and then they go to the live crowd, and I go, "So that was recorded earlier."
Yeah.
And the same happened with Kaiser. I just, little things. I kind of like, I notice those little things.
Sure.
But a German wrestler that works for an American wrestling promotion is over as a Mexican wrestler In Mexico, who lives in America?
It's El Generico Part 2.
Dude, it's beyond that. El Generico didn't have a country behind him. He had Ring of Honor fans.
That's true.
This dude has Mexico behind him.
They showed
watch parties. They showed.
Yeah, they showed parties from L.A., Mexico City,
Fresno.
Brazil.
I was like, if I was in Fresno still. That's where the show began. At this point, look at this. This was yesterday. I saw it. It's got to be past it now. But nearly 2 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, not surprising.
And so good that after Raw, they showed the match.
Yeah.
It was attached to Raw on Netflix.
Good, dude. Again, hey, give Taker the medal. I don't know what he's doing.
Now, here's my thing. Why did Chad Gable... Well, first of all of this should be thankful to Dominic Mysterio. He gave that phone number to Chad Gable.
Yep.
Now, that being said, this whole thing was to be on a quest to fight luchadors everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've seen it online, but if this doesn't culminate with Chad Gable defeating Penta for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, you have seriously failed.
Yep.
Penta says he wants to be a world champion, then just drop the title to Chad Gable.
I'm with you.
Nobody has
1,000%.
earned that Intercontinental Champion. He should have beat Gunther. We had a lot of all that a couple years ago. He didn't. Fine. This is the moment right here. He learned how to beat luchadors, right?
You got over, man. Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Absolutely.
And as for El Grande Americano, his next feud should be with Dominic Mysterio for the AAA El Campeonato.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
He's that over.
Absolutely.
The camera shaking from the stadium rush, if you will.
Yeah, outstanding. Just add it to it.
I haven't seen it in so long. And there's live videos of people watching it. Uno, dos, and you can't see shit. It's just vibration because everybody's jumping up and down. I would have killed to been in that arena, man.
Outstanding.
Listening to it. And Bayley was front row. Good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
On Raw, Jacob Fatu acknowledged Roman Reigns. I did like that he tells Jey Uso, I didn't get pinned by your bitch ass. Obafemi did kind of have his own little redemption after losing to Brock Lesnar the day before. He defeated Penta, Carmelo Hayes, and Solo Sikoa in a fatal 4-way. And he is moving on in the King of the Ring tournament, as is Io Sky, as she defeated Roxanne Perez, Guy Ulia, and Lash Legend in the first round. And then in the main event, Seth Rollins defeats Braun Breaker, and now it seems as if Braun Breaker has been injured yet again. The curse of the Vision, folks. Well, let's go to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
Let me ask you, in your life, ODM, have you had to deal with AI bots? And I'm not talking just like chatting online. I'm talking like you think you're talking to a human, but motherfucker, you got an AI bot?
Yeah, several times.
Dealt with my first one with Verizon this past weekend. So, we have the Verizon Cube, the Internet Cube.
Okay.
And we got it all the way back when we were in Oregon. Problem is, it only works if you're in 5G areas. But we got it for $35 a month. And we've lived in an area a couple of times recently where it wasn't 5G friendly. But you get rid of it, man, you're going to lose that $35 a month internet. So why fuck with it? Just, I guess, pay that $35. Well, here where I'm at right now, it should be working, and it does. But it's been slow. So I called to figure out why it was slow. Do I need a new box? And I'm talking to this guy, and I soon fucking find out that I think his name was, we'll just say Peter. Peter's a bot. Because every time I try cutting him off and saying something, he finishes his sentence all the way through and then answers mine. And I go, oh, fuck. And I'm on speakerphone. Wife is dying. She's fucking, like, we're both laughing at this. And now I'm like, all right, at some point, I'm going to try and fuck with this a little bit more. But before we even get there, he goes, okay, let me ask you, do you have a needle? Yo, my wife and I lost it. Like I would
like
have
for heroin?
That's what I was like I got a heroin kit sitting next to me. You know what I mean? Like he goes, do you have a needle? I'm like, my name's Bubs.
to hit the reset button.
It's what it was, but I didn't understand it when he just goes, "Do you have a needle?" And I go, "What?" So my wife actually has a seam cutter that she just got recently, and they have a long point in it. Now I'm having fun. We're both laughing way too fucking hard at this while it's on speaker. And he goes, "Okay, you're going to put it in the hole. You're going to take that and put it right in the hole." And again, I'm laughing so hard that it's like if I go to talk, it's going to be coming out with like a high-pitched squeak where I'm like, so I'm holding it in. And then I'm trying to figure out when to say it. And then he goes, "And when you push it in," and I go, "How hard?" But then I now put my hand over my mouth because I'm fucking just trying not to laugh. My wife videoed this whole fucking thing but once it got going, she videoed this. I have my hand over my mouth. He goes, "Oh, pretty hard." Oh my God, fuck, don't do that. Jesus Christ, dude.
That's what you said.
So I go, "Put it in?" Or I go, "Should I put it in?" And he goes, "Do not put it in yet." And I go, "I'll wait for your command." And then finally he tells me to do it. And I do it, and I'm pushing it out, and this is where I turned my head in the video, and you could tell I'm struggling to say the next part. I knew what I wanted to say, but I had to take a deep breath and go, "Just don't fucking laugh for 4 seconds." And I go, "Okay, I've pulled out, sir." And he goes, "That is excellent. Okay." So again, at the end, I go, "Now let me ask you, man, what was your name?" "My name is Peter. I am very glad that I was able to help you today." I go, "All right." He goes, "Is there anything else I can help you with?" I go, "No, thanks, Jonathan. You have a good day." He goes, "You too." Fuck these AI bots, man. Dude, I was
creepy.
But I was crying laughing, though, and I was like, "How hard?" He goes, "Oh, very hard."
Do you have a needle? Asked this before.
Do you have a needle? "Yeah, man, I'm over here hanging out with Bubbles and all of my boys right now." Jesus Christ. But you probably got a better story than I do.
I think I do. Yeah, so last Thursday, I went down to the ESL ballpark. Rochester Red Wings taking on the Syracuse Mets, but that's not important. I got there at about 5 p.m. Gates open at 5:30. I was pretty close. Once I got through security, I started sprinting by people so I could get in line ahead of everybody to go meet Kevin Nash. And when I say meet Kevin Nash, we didn't sit down and have a cup of coffee, but it was cool as shit, man.
You had more of an interaction than I had with Bret Hart.
There you go.
He had security around him. You couldn't even get near him.
Yep. No, they were super cool about it. Now, it was $40.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Good looking out, because you sent me an article where it's like, well, he's going to sign from 5:30 to 6:15 and then like 7:05 to 7:35 or something like that. I'm like, I am not waiting for the second one. That's why I sprinted up there.
Yep.
And I got in. It was $40, and $40 got you one autograph and a picture.
Well worth it.
And if you didn't have anything to sign, they gave you a picture. And it was him in the NWO, the black and white.
You should have just had him sign your fucking shirt right there.
Man. I had thought about it, but I was like, I'll take the picture. And then it was like $25 for an extra autograph because people had like Funko Pops and a bunch of shit with them.
So, Jesus Christ.
But man, dude, I just went up, shook my hand. I said, "Mr. Nash, pleasure to meet you." And I had a hoodie because it was supposed to get cold, so I put that on the ground so I didn't have to hold it while I was taking a picture.
Oh, okay.
And as I'm putting it down, I was like, I got to tell you, I said, I just rewatched you and Brett at Survivor Series 95. I said, like, fucking classic. He's like, oh, all right. So we took the picture and shook his hand again. I thanked him, and he goes, "The good ones always hold up."
Fucking A, they do, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his best match of all time.
100%.
He never had a better match than this one right here.
I was kind of hoping he was going to start talking shit on Brett. That's what I was kind of waiting for. But it was cool.
I wish he was like, "Good thing I wasn't Goldberg."
And I walked away, and none of my family. I went there before my family. The rest of my family showed up later.
Oh,
right. So I'm like, I walk away, and I'm like half shaking. I'm like, oh my God, who do I text? I got to text somebody. I got to show somebody the picture. I got to tell everybody what happened. Ah! And
the question that you had to even ask, who do I send it to? I'm like over here waiting at my house, being like, I know so many cocksuckers that are at fucking ESL Park right now, and I'm over here waiting for nothing.
So, yeah, I'm carrying my hoodie. I'm carrying this picture. I'm like, I need to get a beer. And I find a seat, and I sit down, and I start texting everybody. It was cool as shit, man. Dude, it was awesome. I was the only one wearing the shirt that I had that I saw.
Damn.
You know?
I did see a lot of black and white NWO shirts.
There were some people that had the black with the red NWO on it. Maybe a couple people with the red shirt with the black NWO on it, but nobody had the Wolfpack shirt, man. Not that I saw.
It's the best one.
So it was pro wrestling night at the ballpark, and it's not as good as it was in the past. The first time we did it, it was great. They really they were playing shit, between every inning. Like they sparsed it out, but they did have a local federation, and I forget who it was. They had a couple of their champions there, but at one point, they went before they cut to them. They actually played audio of Shivani announcing Nitro, which was cool. They just pumped that through the arena. That was kind of cool to hear. But then at one point they're on the field and they've got this guy that's, I'm assuming, heading the local organization that was there representing. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the federation's name.
I want to say it was IWF, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's what it was.
I thought it was like Upstate something, but I don't know.
Oh, it could have been them too. Yeah.
IWF, I think, is the old fantasy wrestling.
No, wait. I take it back. IWF is in Brockport. Never mind.
Okay. So on the field, they've got the Red Wings mascot, which is just, it's a big red bird, wearing Red Wings swag. And they've got this guy, and then they've got this other guy who just starts cutting a promo, and he's acting all heelish. And he takes out Spikes, who is the Red Wings mascot. And Spikes no-sells. He gets up and he fucking does the Hogan thing. He just points at him like, you! And just fucking takes him out, elbow drops him, dude. It was fucking awesome. I was laughing my ass off. It was great.
The face that was going after the guy that was cutting the promo, a girl I know, it's her boyfriend who's a part of the wrestling promotion.
No shit.
I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. And she goes, but it's great because she said people who are not wrestling fans didn't understand that it was a moment. They were being a part of something. They thought that like someone was really coming out and being a straight dickhead and stuff. They didn't realize they were a part of something. I'm like, it's fucking cool, man. I like a good kayfabe to locals who have no idea.
And the heel did a good job. I mean, he did it. He played it exactly as he should have played it. It was great.
Now, I knew a lot of people that were going to this, and my brother messaged me and he's like, hey man, taking the little one to go see Kevin Nash. I go, God damn it, dude. And I go, just so you know, it's $40. And he goes, I don't pay for shit. And I go, okay, but
I don't pay for nothing.
I go, but I'm just telling you, it's gonna be $40 to meet Kevin Nash. And he goes, all right, well, we'll see. I go, okay, buddy, because he has that fucking complex. Okay, he's
God complex.
Yeah, like, man, I don't pay for shit. Like, that's it. That's him. He texted me. Well, no, I texted him. I said, it was you. I said, well, this is my buddy with Nash. Where's your picture? It was at 9 o'clock. You either have a picture or you don't at this fucking point. And he wrote, yo, motherfucker, they had that dude locked up like Fort Knox.
Yeah, no shit.
I know, and I go, yeah, dude, I fucking told you, man. I go, I legit told you that to a T. And he goes, God damn. He goes, I couldn't get anything. He goes, all I got for the little one was a picture with Spikes. And I go, you could have got that any game.
Yeah, pretty much. The one thing I forgot to mention was they had him after the first, in between the two sessions, they had him on the field, and one of the people from the Red Wings organization was kind of doing an interview with him. And I felt bad because nobody was there, and like I'm sitting there listening, and like the guy goes, "It's like, so let's talk about your missed Academy Award opportunity on The Longest Yard." I'm like, yes,
nice,
dude. Because remember, he's the one that they switch
the estrogen
with the estrogen. Yeah, he's like, oh, you really got me on that one.
If you want to cry, you just go ahead and cry. I'll cry with you.
They're not lying. That's actually really fucking good. I forgot about that. That's a really good one. No, man. And then I did see that he was a part of the first pitch, but he handed the ball to someone else to throw the ball.
Right.
And I was yeah, he had a tore a quad throwing a ball.
Probably. It was great. And here's a missed opportunity. When I was standing in the line, there was these three guys in front of me. And I think they do a wrestling podcast. It's like, oh, we should have had QR codes. We could start telling people about the podcast. But they look like douchebags, so I didn't engage them.
I told you, you had one mission. Just press record on your audio and be like, and can you say go fuck yourself, Professor, to my phone? That's all you had to do.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have went over like a Led Zeppelin.
So I will say that I also, an ex-coworker of mine, her husband actually listens to our podcast, so thanks, one of the 14.
Hi, her husband.
But she said, she's like, we were in the suite tonight, and Kevin Nash just walked in. And I was like, motherfucker. Like, this doesn't happen to me. Where if I was out that night with my company, Kevin Nash walks in. Sure, Andre Reed. Fuck him.
You know, the best part was when I was waiting in line, I saw some fucking Mark walking around with a world title. I think it was Goldie, like the gold one, on his shoulder. I almost jumped the barricade and took him out and pinned him.
Uno, dos. Sorry, I watched Triple Mask, or the AAA Maskers match. No, honestly, I the fact that you got to interact with him is cool. Mine was a long table that the Last Supper was had at. Brett was in the middle of it or towards the end with a security guy on each side, and all you got to do is slide in front of him. He signed something, and he goes, cool, go fuck yourself. And
one lobster bisque, please.
Give me some of the yellow, and don't be cheap on me.
And that and Mick Foley. Mick Foley was cool as shit because, you know,
Foley was good.
He was awesome. I was wearing the Omega shirt, and, you know,
I would have been down to see Nash, though. That would have been pretty fucking cool. I'm jealous of that, man. As soon as I saw the picture, I was in my kitchen. I go, motherfucker. My wife goes, what? And I go, look at this asshole. And what's funny is that my wife got to see Kevin Nash live at Night of Champions. I didn't. I was on the fucking front sidewalk of the Buffalo Arena.
That's your fault. For being a smartass.
He jumped in to fucking take out Punk in the middle of the match and shit. And my wife was like, oh, it was fucking awesome. Kevin Nash came down. I'm like, I'm bleeding. But I'd seen Nash live before a bunch of times. But it was just to see him in autograph. Good shit. Nice. All right, man. Well, hey, he may even be a part of the Wars this week. So let's fire up that DeLorean and go hang with a creepy old man that's a doctor, and I'm only a kid in high school.
Monday Night Wars! Marty, you've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the future.
Wait a minute, Doc. What are you talking about? What happens to us in the future? What, do we become assholes or something?
Give me a hell yeah!
You want a war? You're going to get me.
Mick Foley is going to win their world title.
Has been paid for by the New World Order. Come on, Vince. Step into the ring.
My God, the battle lines have been drawn.
D-Generation X invades WCW tonight.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Have a nice day. Again, you work. Oh, yeah.
It's the Monday Night Wars. It's been heating up the last 2 months. We're about solid now 2 months of the Monday Night Wars. Began basically Labor Day. Nitro and Raw. WWF is heading towards Survivor Series again. We already talked about it earlier. One of my favorite pay-per-views. The build-up for this is kind of fun. I forgot all about this. Not just I knew the Brett and Diesel stuff, but the extra stuff that's going on around this. And let's not forget old HBK. He's lurking around.
It's fantastic. There's a lot of shit, and we're about to get to it. It's November 6th, 95. Raw. We open up British Bulldog with Cornette versus Marty Jannetty. It's Vince and Doc Hendricks on commentary. Lawler has a tag match with Isaac Yankem later. We cut to Clarence Mason. 12-17 in your house. Bulldog will get a world title match. Bulldog wins the match against Jannetty. And you're talking about lead-ups to Survivor Series. We get a pre-record of a Bill Clinton impersonator in front of the Washington Monument, and he is going to, Bill Clinton, quote-unquote, is going to be at Survivor Series.
Because Survivor Series is from Washington D.C.,
yes.
The entire intro, or the pre-show of this, in case I ever forget to bring this up, it's Todd Pettengill in the back of a fucking limo for 30 minutes, because I had this on VHS. he's like, there's a lot of security around because the president's here tonight, and we're all ready for this thing. And it's Jesus Christ, I forgot how much they played into this.
Oh, yeah. It's Bill Clinton had some sunny days at Survivor Series, we'll say.
He did.
Lucky.
He was doing it before Shawn Michaels
Shawn
did
Michaels was, yeah, or after. Who the fuck knows at this point? Henry O. Godwin versus Terry Richards. Henry O. Godwin wins with a slop drop. Triple H attacks Hog post-match, pedigree on the floor, and then Triple H puts on his white gloves and dumps the slop bucket on Henry O. Godwin. We get a Taker and Bearer promo. They're still selling how disfigured Taker's face is. We get a Diesel promo, and we get Kama with Ted DiBiase versus Tony Roy. HBK's on phone during the match. Kama wins. And your main event is Jerry Lawler and Isaac Yankem versus Hakushi and Bret Hart with Barry Horowitz. Bret's the hot tag, locks the sharpshooter on Yankem. Ref is distracted by Hakushi. Lawler comes in with a chair, but Horowitz cuts Lawler off. Ref sees Horowitz with the chair and calls for a DQ. The heels win. And we close the show with some teasers for next week.
It's funny to say that Hakushi, I don't want to say he was ahead of his time because he would have had to been 30 years younger to have been ahead in the right time, like right now. But he was a great athletic Japanese wrestler
100%.
in 1995, and I think he's underrated and not talked about enough.
Yeah, I mean, he had the gimmick with all the tattoos on him and all that, but I mean, other than that, I mean, he was a solid wrestler when you watch him.
And he had a good feud with Bret throughout the summer of 95. Before the wars began, throughout the summer, he had a great feud with Bret.
Yep.
They had good matches. Outside of that, how did Shawn Michaels sound on the phone? Was he okay from getting beat up by a bunch of Syracuse Marines?
If by okay you mean maybe most of the way through a bottle of Jack.
Did he lose half of his smile because the other half was still fucking broken?
I mean, fuck, he was probably plowing Sonny while he was on the phone.
She's with Clinton.
Maybe. Or with Vince. Who knows?
No, that is likely. Yo, I still love it's not even on wrestling websites. I swear to God, or wrestling threads.
He's just a sexy boy.
Oh, there was a three-way that happened there. Triple H recorded it, but the funniest thing, I swear to God, I see it all the time. It doesn't even have to be real wrestling threads. It's the meme of what she looked like in high school and what she looks like now, asking if you want to go out. And it's a picture of Sonny from like 1996, and then a picture of Sonny in jail. And I'm like, yep.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Nitro. Nitro is coming to you from Jacksonville. Bischoff pushes the hotline to call in and vote for the main event. This is where you get to call in and you get to decide who the main event's going to be. You get to pick from the red team and the blue team. The red's the heels, the blue's the faces. For the heels, the red team, you can pick from Flair, Mang, DDP, the Blue Bloods, which is Regal and I want to say the Earl of Eaton at this point. Bubba, Big Bubba, a.k.a. Big Boss Man, Ray Traylor, the Shark, or Scott Norton. For the faces, the blue team, you got Sting, Johnny B. Bad, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Dave Sullivan, Alex Wright, and the Nasty Boys in JL. And Heenan says, I want to see Shivani versus Gene.
I gotta say, man, until seeing this, I thought WWE came up with the concept of fans deciding on some shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When they did Taboo Tuesday.
Taboo Tuesday, yes.
I didn't know this. This was pretty big. I don't remember anything before this that had people being able to decide anything. Usually it's what? The tumbler in the balls, right? You're like, oh, you're paired with this person. They did it in WCW for the Battle Bowl. They do it for Royal Rumble, all that kind of shit. I've never seen this, and watching it, I go, holy shit, WWE stole this from WCW. I always thought they made that. So,
absolutely.
Good episode. I thought this is a cool concept.
Mm-hmm. So first match is Cobra versus the Giant with Jimmy Hart. They play the Dungeon of Doom music at first, then cut it. Cobra doesn't have music. It's just Morse code. They fucked up, though, while Cobra's coming out, and they played DOD's music, and then they had to cut it. I wanted to blow my ears off. You think Right to Censor is bad? Just the Morse code is fucking just as bad. Giant still has the world title, but he's not the champ, and he wins in 10 seconds. We'll get to that at the end of the show. Gene's with the red locker room. Shivani's with the blue locker room. We get a vignette or a video of Hogan and Macho Man in Venice Beach with some rando playing guitar. Hogan's still all in black, and there's some fat neck beard sitting between them just speaking gibberish the whole time. As are Macho and Hogan, for that matter. Next, you get the Taskmaster with Jimmy Hart versus the Renegade. Taskmaster wins with the coup de grace. I forgot he fucking did that. And Jimmy Hart wipes the face paint off Renegade. Next, you get Chris Benoit versus... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just thought of something. I know that when we're done with Monday Night Wars, we were thinking about one toe to the other, But I got to say... thinking about things like Hogan and Savage and Flair, Vader, Sting, all those guys during the Baywatch era. It was like 94, 95. There's a part of me that thinks we need to go back further in time and have some more fun and watch some of this shit because I kind of want to see the earlier years of WCW when Hogan and all them were doing the Baywatch stuff. I'm just saying, could be a good topic.
Well, we can definitely talk about that. But until then, we do get Benoit versus Guerrero again. Bischoff says it's back by popular demand, and they start talking about the cruiserweight division. And we cut to a buffet table in the arena, which we know that's an early Nitro thing. And it's Sonny Ono, Jushin Thunder Liger, and a couple other Japanese wrestlers sitting there. Eddie gets the pin, but Benoit's feet were under the ropes. That sounds familiar. And yeah, see? We get the hotline results. And
Yo, did you notice we didn't even cover Clash? That's how fucking awesome it was.
Yeah.
We skimmed right by it. We didn't even talk about it. That's fucking fine. Just occurred to me right now once you said the under the ropes. I go, we didn't talk Clash in Italy.
Well, the thing is, you were messaging me. You're like, did you really just call it a house show? You realize I said that last week on last week's show.
No, I know, but I was like,
okay.
are you sure you're doubling down on this? And it was a fucking house show.
It was a house show.
Good job.
100%.
It was a house show in Italy.
At least Soul hit the Soul Snatcher this time.
I love that everybody's like, first women's black Intercontinental Champion. I'm like... Never mind. Anyway, move on before I...
Start calling her Steve Martin.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The hotline results are in. Our main event is going to be Sting versus Flair. We see Heenan with Ono and the rest of the wrestlers. He's drinking sake. So we get Sting versus Flair. Flair tries to use a chair. The ref grabs it. Flair uses the knucks. We get a 2 count. Sting hulks up. And Sting wins with a Scorpion Deathlock, and he won't let go. The refs come down to get him to release it. At Guerrero, JL come in. More faces come in, then Luger finally comes in, and that's when Sting finally releases the hold on Flair. You realize that Luger-Sting relationship from the first Nitro all the way to fucking basically the end was there.
Yep.
They fucking ran that thing the whole time. So... that was your main event match, but your final segment of the night is Gene with Taskmaster, Giant, and Jimmy Hart. And Gene calls out Giant for not being the champ. Now, if you remember at Halloween Havoc, it was the confusing ending where it was a DQ, but Giant didn't win the title, but he did win the title, or he didn't, but he took the title anyway. So Jimmy Hart runs down Hogan and says he has, as Hogan's previous manager, he has power of attorney. And the contract for the match said if Hogan got DQ'd, he would lose the title. LOL. So Giant technically is the real world champ. Well, then Gene says, well, I got somebody from WCW Legal, Nick Ambrose. And Jimmy Hart's partially correct, but Giant's not the world champ because Nick Ambrose was on the phone with Nick Bockwinkel, who issued a statement and saying because of the dubious nature of the DQ, the title will be awarded to the winner of World War III. And Nick Ambrose takes the title from Giant.
Did they say goodnight, folks?
Good night, folks. I'm going to say it. Because they teased next week's show, and that was it.
Well, let me ask you. Would you rather have this, or would you rather have what we eventually see in 2000? From Luger to Hogan to DDP, from DDP to...
I miss that.
I kind of do, too. I'm not going to lie. Actually, it's kind of fucking fun. It's funny, because recently I saw that the most, WWE title changes was in 2002, and it was 8. And I was like...
Yeah.
And I remember every one of them, but I'm like, maybe sometimes you just have to do it, man. You know, like, why does every champion have to defend at least a pay-per-view or two? You know? Sometimes you get knocked out on the next match.
Yeah, you just got to have good booking and reasoning behind it, which, let's be honest.
I could have booked so many people. Braun Strowman could and should have been a world champion within his first year, and they fucked it all up.
They did. We definitely talked about that probably before we even started doing this show. I mean, it's enough. Sure. It's enough to kill someone. It's enough to kill a man.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about some premature deaths.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for...
Best there is, the best there was, and the best that there ever will be. Hold 2, arm bar.
Sodas rule. Yeah, they do.
Hold 3, the moss-covered, 3-handle family gradunzel.
It's me, Austin.
Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions. I did it for The Rock.
This week's top topic.
You know something, Mean Gene? John Cena. Wrestling's not fake.
The Rolex wearing what? Diamond ring wearing what? Kiss stealing, woo! Wheeling dealing, what? Limousine riding, what? Jet flying, what? Son of a gun, woo!
Sierra Hotel. India. Echo. Lima. Delta. Shield.
If you smell.
The following ranking order and final decisions are a completely bias-based order, based off The Professor and ODM made it. And as always, they like to let you know they have not worked in the business, but have been lifelong invested fans, much like you, our listeners. With not only their opinions involved, but with countless amount of hours of research done each week, they make sure to provide proper facts and history to back it up. However, they do know that your opinion may vary from theirs. If there is anything you want to chat about, bring to their attention. If there is something they missed or forgot, or you just want to let them know they are out of their freaking minds, feel free to shoot them a message on Facebook or Twitter, or email them at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com. As always, they do appreciate all feedback and continued support. At the end of the day, they want to make sure that you do see the best of the best before you die. And now, this week's top topic.
Death! Sorry, I was premature on that one.
Father!
Oh, man. You know what? Outside of that, I'd actually say the best funeral sequence in a movie is from Hangover 3. His last words, "Never ever change. You are my favorite, Alan." Good shit.
Never saw the third one, so.
You wouldn't. You're a fucking idiot. All right. Look, this is the thing that blew me the fuck away. I actually woke up one day and was like, am I ODM? I saw your list that you have going here. I'm curious how deep you're going to go. That's what she said. But I'm genuinely curious how deep you're about to go on this premature deaths of wrestling. Now, I see the age brackets you have here. They're fair, with the age that you led up to. I didn't know there were as many as there were of... But, I mean, there are a lot of people that we also don't know of, ever heard of, you know what I mean? But there are some that we've heard of, and I'm like, I didn't know that they were that young. So this is going to be kind of fun, but now, not fun. Jesus Christ. That's going to be fucking awesome.
Let's talk about
every death I'm doing
baby.
A shot. So my question is this, anything off the table? I think I asked this last week. So, like, Benoit, it doesn't matter.
It's on there.
Was it premature?
He was young.
I feel like it was
we set a line. We set a line under 50.
All right. Well, ODM, this is your role. The best thing I get to do in this entire segment is drink and go, hey, Dad.
Yeah, amen, brother. All right, well, I tried to, break this down by type of death. But it was hard because you got a lot of overlap, heart attack. But it was a heart attack during a match, but nothing in the match actually caused the heart attack, right? So these numbers aren't gospel. I tried to break it down the best way that I could based on it.
A heart attack on the way down to hitting a turnbuckle?
There's that, too. You never know. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love it. Took you at least 4 seconds. Oh, God, this is going to be a good fucking topic. Let's go.
Look out below. All right. So, wrestlers 50 or younger. There is a total of 352 wrestlers that died 50 or younger.
Yo, if you name everyone and you beat my fucking topic, just so you know,
I'm not naming
I have
everyone.
to top your topic. I'm just saying.
And I'm not because of that alone. But the thing is that
are you starting youngest to oldest?
I'm not reading every name. We're going to start with the youngest, but I kind of, like I said, I kind of want to break this down because I did my best to kind of break this down by cause of death. What do you think the number one cause of death was?
Heart failure.
Bingo.
I was going to say heart attack, heart failure, whatever, obviously, and that's just with, years of XYZ of being a part of wrestling. We've all heard a billion times. We're not going to dark side the episode, or dark side of the ring, the episode of this. Like, we know what caused a lot of this shit. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So there were, I have 80 heart attacks out of the 352, 34 suicide.
Jesus Christ. That's out of how many again? 300 something? Now that's
352.
Wow, that's more than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, now 19 are drug overdoses. So the drug overdose suicide thing, there's going to be some overlap there. It could go either way. I did my best based on each scenario to kind of quantify it this way. 32 were actually unknown causes, which is interesting. Another interesting one, 18 murders.
Jesus. Any, did you have sectioned off that were in ring?
We're getting there.
My bad.
No, that's good. And not a lot as you thought, but again, like some were in ring, but they weren't caused by in ring, right? So I'm trying to.
No, it was just life.
So yeah, so keep that in mind, right? 72,
we've seen The Wrestler.
72 were just general medical issues. The beats, not including cancer, because 34 were specifically cancer.
And I'm sorry, the beats. I'm going to go ahead and say you mean diabetes.
Yeah, the beatus.
Fucking Jesus.
Last week I struck my wife because we were out of chocolate ice cream. Then I realized my wife's been dead for 30 years. Who the hell did I hit?
So that's what happened to Kamala. All right.
9 were in ring.
Okay.
27 auto accidents. I'm surprised that's not higher.
I kind of felt like it would have been higher, but all right.
Yeah. Complications from surgery, 6.
I'm interested. You know what? When we get into certain topics, hit the ones that are important, but when it comes to those, I'm actually interested. To the ones that are very specific, I'd like to hear what those are.
All right. We can go back on that. I can do some filtering here. This is amazing that there was 2 of them, but there's 2, so I had to call it out. 2 shot by police.
Holy shit. Shot and killed by police?
Uh-huh.
Wait, there is one that was also a mafia hit. Does that count?
I don't know what Bravo. I don't remember even seeing Bravo's name on here. We'll have to go back on that one. No, I didn't have mob hits.
He fit the description and age.
Oh no, it'd be murder. No, that would fall under the murder category.
Oh, he's murder.
Yeah, he was totally murdered. Let's see. We did that. 7 drowning.
What the? Oh, Shad.
Yeah,
Shad's
one of them. Yeah.
Fuck.
Plane
that
crash.
One bothers me so fucking much, to be honest with you. I gotta be honest. When I hear the story, good for him. He did exactly what he needed to do. But fuck, when you're a hero and you're saving your kid and you die for it, goddamn, that one sucks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, fuck, I did something weird here. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. 2 were a plane crash. And then we get our 3 one-offs. 1 was a shooting accident. 1 was a house fire, and 1 was a train wreck.
I'm not sure I know any of those 3.
Yeah. So let's go through the list here. I'm not going to name everyone here. The youngest.
Name the ones we know. If it's luchadors we've never heard of, that's okay.
Well, there is actually
R.I.P. You know what I mean?
There's one luchador you may never heard of, but I'm going to bring up because I think it's interesting. The youngest we have was at age 18, and it's actually Janet Wolf, who was in the NWA, and she passed away in 1951 from a brain hemorrhage. And I believe she had a match that night, and she had some medical issues going into it. And again, it wasn't the match that did it; it just was bad timing. So, yeah, 18. 1951, July 28th.
I wouldn't have guessed that a woman was the first youngest person. That's
right.
The young. That's crazy.
Well, we're going to start getting into ones 21, Chris Von Erich. That was suicide, obviously. Let's see, Hana Kimura. We remember that one in 2020. She suicide.
The bully incident, man, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Mass transit.
Oh, shit, that's right.
22 years old, and it was complications from gastric bypass surgery.
Well, at least it wasn't from the match.
Which is surprising in itself.
It probably had something to do with it.
Yeah, probably. Mike Von Erich, we're already at 2. That was another suicide. We all know that.
Now, Mike was the musician one, right? If you watch the movie, I think Mike was the one that played. That was
Mike was the Jerusalem one. He wrestled in Jerusalem.
Okay.
He injured his shoulder, had surgery.
Yeah.
Got back to America, sepsis, and pulled.
That's
through.
Mike, exactly. Yeah. Same one, the musician. That is.
I believe so. I believe so. Yeah. I'm kind of confused here because I see Charlotte Flair, but that shouldn't. Oh no, it's Reed Flair. My bad. I got that one wrong.
Christ. If I did that, I'm an asshole. You do it. You think you're funny.
Reed Flair was
good for you. Good fucking joke.
Reed Flair was 25. Another drug overdose. So I mean, that's a weird one, right? It's listed as a drug overdose, so that's what I put it in, not suicide. We're on our
not really a wrestler, by the way.
Yeah, well, no shit. Yeah, barely. But he's listed as being in All Japan, WCW, NWA, and Lucha Libre USA. So
fuck me running. No, hang on. David Flair has a wrestling record. Reed had a. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone. David Von Erich, we're on our way here. That was in acute enteritis. That's the one that passed away in New Japan when he was over in Japan. They found him in the hotel room. But acute enteritis was the official.
Who I think was the best of all the Von Erichs.
Definitely was up there. Yeah, definitely. He was. I mean, he was the one. The Yellow Rose of Texas. He was the one that was planned.
I loved Kerry because that's the first Von Erich I knew. But as I got older and watched, I'm like, David was just so fucking good. He was smooth.
I mean, he was slated to be the NWA champion before he passed.
Yep.
I mean, he was up. All right, let's go through here a little bit here. Louis Spicolli, 27. That was a drug overdose.
Oh, I remember that. That was like 97, 98-ish, and during the wars.
98. Yes, during the wars. Absolutely.
There it is, 98.
He was in there. He was in there in the storyline, and then mysteriously he was gone. They did bring it up.
He was in WCW, I think.
He was.
At that
100%.
Time. Yep.
100%. We're starting Jay Youngblood. I don't know if you remember him. That was a heart attack. He was 30.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He was a guy in the early 90s. If I'm not mistaken, Jay Youngblood teamed with... Wait, when was he?
He passed in 85.
So no. I don't know. I don't know who he is. Never mind.
Okay,
fuck off.
Never mind. I'll fuck right off here. Crash Holly.
Crash Holly.
32, suicide by drug overdose and alcohol poisoning.
Do you have his real name?
Mike Lockwood.
Yep, Lockwood. That's what it was.
Buzz Sawyer.
Yeah. Oh, Buzz Sawyer. Holy shit. That's right. He did die pretty young.
32. He died in 92. Cocaine-induced heart attack.
Yo, that's what they were all living on in that time, man.
No shit. Chris Candido, 33. Acute pneumonia, complications after the blood clot, traveling after he had the surgery.
To think he was that young and he was doing the TNA thing at that exact time, I would have almost thought he was older than that.
Right.
Which tells me he had time ahead of him. This is why, like, to say the words premature death, like, he had, like, if this didn't happen, he had a career still ahead of him. I think Chris Candido could have been a longtime player that would have helped TNA.
Absolutely. Eddie Gilbert died in 95 from a heart attack. You got the Renegade, also 33, passed away in 99, suicide.
Ultimate Warrior 2.0.
2.0. You got Test.
They're doing a Dark Side of the Ring on him.
On Test? Oh no, I was about to say Test.
I know. I'm sorry.
Renegade.
On Renegade.
Good. Let's figure it out. Let's get the story. Test, also 33, died in 2009. Accidental overdose of oxycodone. Let's go back to the Von Erichs. Carrie, 93, suicide.
I think that outside of Andre the Giant dying from natural causes, and I heard that Dino Bravo was murdered, Carrie was the first one that struck me.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, where I was like, wow, man. Like, when you hear it was suicide, you're like, fuck, dude. Like, I was like 10 years old, you know? Like, that one sucked for me.
Yeah, it was messed up, for sure. Adrian Adonis, 88, died at 34, car crash.
That was right after the Piper and Adrian, like, haircut thing, like a year after. Like, so, oh, that's sad. Fuck, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Another one that we watched in the wars, Bobby Duncombe Jr. died in the year 2000, January 2000, so right before the end of the wars. No, not right at the end of the wars. About a year before the end of the wars.
Oh, yeah, about a year.
Yeah, accidental prescription overdose. Owen Hart, 34. We don't need to talk about that one too much.
Wait. What? When?
Owen Hart was 34. Shut up, idiot.
It's May 23rd, 1999, man.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yokozuna, 34. Heart attack.
What year was that?
2000, October 2000.
And the last time we saw him on WWE TV was probably late 97 at the very best.
Yeah, I think so, because Heroes of Wrestling was 99?
98. I think it
okay.
was October of 98. So, yeah, like, he didn't have much left, and that fucking sucks. And we've seen the video, like, Savio and everybody be like, yo, he had sleep apnea, and he was, like, dead asleep, and, like, you'd have to hit him to wake him up. Like, it's just... that one sucks. Got too big.
So I'm going to bring this one up. Pero Aguayo Jr. He's a wrestler.
I know that. Go ahead.
AAA, CMLL, and Perros del Mal. Passed away in 2015. This one sticks in my head because I've seen this before. I believe it was either AAA or CMLL, I think. He was wrestling at the time. It was during a match. He took a 619 from somebody. And I don't know who it was. It wasn't Rey Mysterio. But he took a 619, and they kicked him right in the fucking head, and he went into cardiac arrest from cervical spine trauma. Died right there in the ring. I think he passed away on the way to the hospital.
But what? Do you remember the year?
2015.
Yeah. All right. I was trying to remember. I'm like, I don't think I was on the road at that point in the RV, and I was like, I remember being in Rochester when that shit happened, and I remember being like, holy fuck. Like, I haven't seen anybody die in the ring like that since fucking Owen, really.
Yeah, no, definitely crazy. This one you may find controversial, but Andy Kaufman, 35.
Oh, I don't find it controversial at all, man. That dude did wrestling.
Yep.
Look, if you said Floyd Mayweather, I got an issue because he had one match.
I know, right?
Andy made a career in wrestling, fucked with people with wrestling, did the intergender thing. No, he's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck. I honestly, I wish there was an Andy Kaufman that's out there today that can fuck with people the way that he did. Problem is, man, I hate to use the wording, everybody's too sensitive, but he was so fucking good. Whether fucking with the people at Taxi, fucking with the crowd in wrestling, he was a good fucking heel in wrestling. Hey, this is soap.
Yeah.
You put this in your armpits. Yeah. That's
down
like,
there in Nashville, Tennessee.
Like, but he knew how to fuck with a crowd, man. Like, he was a better heel than 80% of the people who ever claimed to be heels.
Yep. Absolutely. No doubt about that. 35 years old, Brian Pillman, heart disease.
And we covered that in the wars.
Yeah, that one sucked. He was always. I've still got my wrestling figure of him, dude. He was awesome.
And it was supposed to be Bad Blood that he would show up at. And so the next night they got Metheny to hop on Raw and do a fucking full interview.
Metheny, yeah, I remember that.
It was
that
the
awful.
most disrespected interview,
Yeah.
disrespected death I really feel like I had ever seen in wrestling. Even at like 13 years old, I was like, this guy fucked up. Why are we talking to the wife right now? This is
right.
fucking dark.
Yeah, it was definitely bad. The next two, both at 36 years old, and both heart attacks, but for different reasons. You got Umaga and Bray Wyatt. Bray, obviously, complications from COVID, and Umaga was drug intoxication.
Two guys that left too early. I mean, Umaga had already been kind of let go from WWE at this point, but could have made a return. Bray, I will never, ever, ever, and I'm going to throw one more time, ever fucking forget. I was in Oregon in 2022, and you texted me. And I didn't have service that much because my wife and I went camping for a couple of days. And you texted me, Bray Wyatt died. And I go, the fuck? And I'm like, it's weird that a wrestler's death fucked with my camping weekend. I was like, yo, Bray Wyatt? Like, if you said IRS, all right. You know what I mean? But I'm like, current Bray Wyatt? Like, just watched him not too long ago? Are you shitting me? So that was a crazy one for us. But yeah, definitely premature, and yeah. But Umaga I like too, man.
Yeah. Umaga I like too.
He was a good one too.
Hey, you know. Both at 38, Jay Briscoe and Matt Capitelli. Jay Briscoe, 2023, obviously the awful car crash. Matt Capitelli, brain cancer, 2018. Both terrible.
And Matt Capitelli, pretty local too in the Rochester
absolutely.
area too.
Absolutely.
Jay beat me up. That one fucked me up. You broke that one to me. You texted me. You said, yo, Jay Briscoe died. And I was like, are you fucking with me?
Yeah, terrible. Fucking picking up his kids from school, man.
Yep.
Fucked up, dude. Fucked up. Both at 38, Johnny Grunge and Eddie Guerrero. Johnny Grunge was sleep apnea, and Eddie was obviously a heart disease.
Yeah. Eddie, that was I think so. Eddie was the first one since Owen that was a live, active roster wrestler that had passed away in a very long time. It was Owen in '99. Then what was Guerrero? 05?
Guerrero was 05.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was huge. Eddie was a big one, man.
Oh yeah, massive. Shad Gaspard, 39, obviously drowning. Ashley Massaro, 39, suicide. Yeah, we remember that.
And she's a part of the, whether anybody wants to admit it or not, she's a part of the fucking Vince McMahon files.
Absolutely, 100%. Davey Boy, British Bulldog, 39, heart attack.
Fuck. What year was he? 2005? 2002. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He was just on TV in 99 wrestling in jeans and died in 02. Fuck.
Yeah, remember that, the jeans. Holy shit. 39, I'm only bringing this up because we watched, I think, 4 and 5 in WCW, Volano 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. Yep.
89, suicide by hanging.
Jesus.
The one that we were all dreading at age 40, Chris Benoit. Don't think I really need to go into detail on that one.
Nah, we've done a show or two about it. It's our best one, unfortunately.
Terry Gordy at 40, blood clot. He obviously had a lot of medical issues at the end of his career where he couldn't remember shit, and he was in rough shape. Another one at 40, Chris Canyon, suicide by drug overdose. Rick Rude at 40, heart failure.
That one. Wow. Okay, hang on. You know, same between like the Owen and all that thing, man. Rude was one where I was like, holy shit, that's too young, man.
Well, this one's going to be one of your favorites. Rhonda Singh. 40 years old. Rhonda Singh?
Yeah.
Bertha Faye?
Wow. Yeah, no, I know who she is. Wow. I didn't realize she died that fucking young.
40, 2001, heart attack.
I mean, I would have put money on that, but I was just...
Yeah, no shit, like, right? Well, another heart attack at 41 was Big Boss Man, Ray Traylor.
Wow. Yo, he looked 41 in 1989
89,
when he was facing Hogan. Jesus Christ.
41, Brody Lee. Pulmonary fibrosis is the official.
Can't hear old 55 anymore without thinking Brody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. 42, Mike Awesome, suicide.
Yep, that's right.
Also 42, Bruiser
Which
Brody.
sucks because he had such, what year was that for Mike Awesome?
2007.
And in 2005, him and Masato Tanaka fucking tore the house down at
Mm-hmm.
ECW's One Night Stand. He had shit in him, and he that one actually pissed me off because I was like, man, you had shit left in you.
Yeah. No, he was good. Minus his WCW run, he was solid.
Well, yeah.
You know? Bruiser Brody at 42, murder. We all know that story. Miss Pills Elizabeth, 42.
Jesus Christ.
John Tenta, 42.
Pills are in the top drawer.
John Tenta, bladder cancer at the age of 42.
I would have thought heart attack. Asshole, whatever, but bladder, my bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. Brian Adams, drug overdose. Damn. Nancy Benoit, 43. Don't really need to talk much about that one. Oh, let's see. Viscera, 43. Heart attack, also. Here we go. Dino Bravo, 44. Murder.
Yep.
There we go. Kurt Hennig, 44. Combined drug intoxication.
So let me ask you a question. Is it just would you call that an overdose? I mean, or is it too many drugs were in his system?
I think it
isn't
would.
that still kind of an overdose?
It would kind of be an overdose, yeah. I would think
Okay.
so. But it's one of those things, because when you look at a death certificate, it's primary, secondary, tertiary. It's one thing caused by another thing caused by another thing, right? So it's hard, right? It could be respiratory failure caused by combined drug. You know what I mean? It's weird. That's why it was really hard to quantify those numbers I did at the beginning. So I did my best just on the face of it. This one's just for the fuck of it. Balls Mahoney. 44.
Yeah,
heart attack.
Wow.
Thought I'd throw that one in there for the hell of it. Bam Bam Bigelow, 45. Drug overdose.
Junkyard underrated wrestler.
Yep, 100%. Junkyard Dog, 45. Car crash.
He was a car crash. Yep.
Yep. Peter Maivia, 45. Cancer. Andre, 46. Congestive heart failure. We got a couple more 46s here. Actually, we've got 3 of them here. Brian Christopher, suicide. China, medication overdose. Daphne, suicide.
Brian Christopher was a suicide?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or a suicide overdose, did you say?
A suicide by hanging.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God, that's right. And Jerry found him.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that one. Wow. All right, yeah, okay.
Crazy shit. Road Warrior Hawk, heart attack, 46.
Wasn't pushing off of the Titantron.
Yeah. It was not that, no. Hayabusa, FMW, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the paralyzation, but it was subarachnoid hemorrhage. I guess potentially could have been a long-lasting effect of being paralyzed. Not 100% sure, but that's what that one was. I think we're getting toward the end here. We're in 47. Big John Studd, liver cancer, 47.
Oh, hang on, let me back up here. What year was Big John? Because I'm trying to remember if I remember that when I was a kid.
95. Wow, which is
all right,
weird
he lasted
because...
pretty long. Okay.
Yeah, who am I?
Or not pretty long. That's to call it premature death and say pretty long. For some reason, I thought he was early 90s.
Right, but again, we're talking. We set the bar at 50, so I mean, you could say that it's not necessarily premature, but we're going to run with it. Here's one: Dennis Coraluzzo.
Oh shit!
Yeah, 48. Not a wrestler, a promoter, but a very famous one. 2001 brain bleed due to a stroke. Gorgeous George, punched by Macho Man. No, I'm kidding. It was a heart attack. Probably because Macho Man scared her to death.
The male or female Gorgeous George?
You know which one. The female one. I just had it. Luna Vachon, 48, drug overdose.
Damn.
Yeah.
Honestly, Pioneer. No one talks about her enough. Everybody talks about Lita, Trish Stratus, and blah, 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 blah. No one fucking talks about Luna Vachon, Sherry Martel the way they fucking should. Luna was a fucking pioneer in women's wrestling, and no one brings her up, and that sucks.
Well, speaking of Sherry Martel, 49, drug overdose.
And she was overlooked as fuck for her death because
100%.
Benoit killed his family 3 days after her.
Yeah.
No, like 1 day after her fucking death.
Crazy
or no,
shit.
no, I take that back. I think it was in between. It was the Benoit death and all that stuff, and then Sherry died like a day or two later. And like, oh yeah, Sherry died.
Oh, and they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, they couldn't do much.
Dr. Death C. Williams, 49, throat cancer. Brad Armstrong, 2012, heart attack.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see here. Like I said, I think we're starting to get towards. Yep, we're at the bottom. Volano 1. Cerebral hemorrhage at age 50, and that's really the big one. That's the end of our list as far as big names that we can mention. So, yeah, pretty crazy.
It is a lot, and they've done a lot of documentaries and like news packages and shit about wrestling deaths throughout the years. I mean, I've seen so many. You can find them on YouTube. There's so many of them,
right?
Especially ones Perfect, Rude, Owen. Right after that, like, long string of a bunch of guys that died, and I think maybe Bulldog, they really started to hit shit, and that's when there was that show On the Record or Off the Record on HBO where Vince was challenged by the host about the deaths. It back then, man, to keep into the game, I don't want to say it was just cocaine, man, but like it was alcohol, cocaine, the pain pills, everything that they had to do to keep their shit going to entertain fans at that point, minimum 150, 200, maybe 250, 300 days out of the year, right? Depending on how up the card you are. Yeah, man. I need a fucking 5-hour energy drink just to get halfway through the fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a lot of guys gave their bodies, and that's why they're all dying now, and that's why we see things, you know, guys are, you should be preserving your bodies more, but now you're doing more flippies. You guys, no one's doing the business right. Anyway.
Yeah, if you, you know, when I was researching this, there are studies out there about the mortality rate for wrestling and just how much higher it is than almost anything. You know what I mean?
I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah, I stopped myself because I wasn't prepared to go down that rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
no, and who the fuck are we to go down that rabbit hole? We're not fucking doctors and shit. But it's just it is crazy to think how many it's more towards wrestling than other things. Even more towards boxing, football. Like wrestling has more deaths than a lot of those sports.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Cool. Can't wait to watch more wrestling next week. Next week, we'll be back. We're the Top of Wrestling podcast. Next week, we'll be back with either music, movie, or TV show. You know, ODM will decide. I'm just excited for 2 weeks from now, to be honest with you. I can't wait for our watch-along. But we'll be back next week. We are the Top of Wrestling podcast. I am the Professor. I bid you farewell. He's ODM. He's going to give you his final thoughts of the week.
Thanks, Professor. In the time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey. Butane in my veins, and I'm out to cut the junkie. With the plastic eyeballs, spray paint the vegetables. Dog food skulls with the beefcake pantyhose.
Is that my loser?
Hey, there he is.
Why don't you kill me?
Give it time. Prematurely.
The Top of Wrestling podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM, the Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that being the logo?
Oh,
actually, fuck you. Fuck you. You've used some weird fucking bad pictures of me from the past.
I've used it
one
like
from
3
the beer
or 4
fest.
times. I've used the same one like 3-4 times.
It's the worst picture of me, dude, of all time, and you've used it.
That's one of my favorite pictures of all time.
Actually, I feel like I've noticed it every time you use it is when I'm just off the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty fucking funny. I think no matter what, keep that trend going. No matter what, I have to be a part of the logo.
My favorite one was the T2 one. Have you seen this boy?
I kind of like the Welcome Back Carter one.
Yeah. Then there was the one of you. It was like a guy in a hospital bed with that picture on it.
From my throat. Oh my God, that's right. It's a broken throat bitch. All right, so, that was a very confusing 12 hours between you and setting up this show.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Dude, the game yesterday was the craziest thing. So they won sectionals, right? So now this is
That's
state.
what I assumed this was sectionals. Yep.
No, this is state.
No, I meant, wait. But yesterday was sectionals.
No, they had already won sectionals. Yesterday was the first game of states.
Gotcha.
So, dude.
They don't do regionals first?
They were, dude, I don't know how it fucking works. They got the brick. You apparently get a brick with the team's name on it. I don't get it. Clang, clang. So, the game yesterday was at ESL, right? Where that picture
no shit.
came from. Yeah, so we're there. We're the away team. We're up first. They go up 6-0. They brought in they got to a third pitcher in the first inning. So we're up 6-0. They get 3 more, so now it's 6-3. We play 7 innings.
How full of a crowd is it there?
Not very big, no. Not very big at all. Yeah.
But still a cool fucking moment your kid is playing
absolutely.
on Frontier Field. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Fuck ESL. But, like, that's a cool moment, man.
Yeah, he didn't play. He's still, dude, he's been dealing with like pneumonia for a while, dude. Yeah, he's all fucked up, so he hasn't been playing. But, I mean, he was still there. He got to be there, which is fucking cool as shit. So it's the bottom of the 6th, and they had a grand slam home run. This kid hit one like 350 feet over the right field wall.
In other team or?
Yes, other team.
Oh, fucker.
And they go up 7-6. And listen, man, watching him crank that home run, watching the crowd go silent as the ball sailed through the air, and watching the reaction of their fans and their bench was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so cool. They go up 7-6.
You're clearing a fucking field, or you're clearing a AAA field. Not just a high school field, a AAA field.
Well, the high school, honestly, man, the high school fields, the fences are about the same distance. Yeah, it's not that
either
far
way.
off. But yeah, it doesn't
It's a cool
happen
moment.
every game. It's not like a major league game where you're like, there's a good chance somebody's going to, right? You know, it doesn't happen all the time. So, so it's the top of the 7th. It's our last at bat. 2 outs. We got a runner on first and second. The runner in second gets caught in a fucking rundown. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. We're going to lose fucking on a rundown. He escapes it. He gets to third. Runner from first goes to second. Next guy hits a shot to right center. Guy on third scores. Guy from second goes to the plate. Throw goes to the plate. They don't get him. The throw goes to third. The guy who hit the fucking ball is going to third. They overthrow. He scores. We're up 9-7 and win.
So he just got a fucking in the park home run.
Little league home run is what they call it. Yeah.
That's in the park. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. That was in the park. He got it in the fucking. Fuck off. No one stopped him on that run. Good. That's sick. It's funny because I was like, oh, man, what happened? Did they win? Did they lose? I'm like, you already told me they won yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm over here at the edge of my seat like, what happened?
Yeah, but Vinny had a follow-up appointment today, and he's not playing, so he's like, I don't want to have to drive all the way the fuck out there, so he's like, I'm out. So I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, we're not going then.
Top of Wrestling came first. I like it.
It didn't. No, obviously. That's why I messaged you.